Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday and a great start to your week. My name is Miranda and every summer I cover all things Big Brother. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to comment and like on this video. It really helps me out. And if you want to follow me on social media or want to donate to my channel or buy me something from my Amazon wish list, that would be greatly appreciated, and all of that information would be in the description box as always. Moving on. Okay, so I kind of took the weekend off. We are currently renovating two of our common rooms downstairs and we're doing it all ourselves. It's a lot of work and so that's kind of what we've been busy with for the last 2 days. Also, my throat is starting to hurt. I don't know if it's from the dust or what, or if I'm coming down with a cold. I'm not 100% certain, but that's going on. So I'm kind of going to try to make this a really quick video, and I'm already failing because now I'm rambling. So on brand for me. Okay, so really quick, yesterday was a pretty good day. I thought it was pretty mediocre. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say mediocre because I just said it was a good day, but it wasn't all that exciting. It's really just been a repetitive past 2 days. You know, a lot of whining from Brittany. She just does not understand why she's on the block. She doesn't think that it's fair, and she has really just been continuously non-stop bitching about being up on the block next to Brent. She has demanded a contingency plan and she's demanded safety and all of these things, and so her being on the block has honestly kind of been pretty entertaining, I will say. I mean, maybe not for her, but as a live feed watcher, it's been quite entertaining. Slightly annoying, but also entertaining at the same time. She's definitely not helping her case for the future. I think that people are starting to get irritated by the way that she's acting because they're constantly having to repeat themselves that she is safe, that she is fine, she has nothing to worry about, to just relax, and she is not grasping that little fact. Yesterday, her and I want to say Derek F had a conversation, and she basically was like, was it yesterday or the day before? It was at some point this weekend, and she was like, I don't understand why we just don't tell Brent that he's going home. You know, if she does stuff like that where she just doesn't get it. She doesn't understand why they can't just tell him. If he's going home, why don't they just be honest with him about it? I don't know. It's been a lot of that. And I can't say that there's been game talk, but not necessarily for this week, because this week is pretty much already set. It's mostly been future game talk, Whitney and I want to say Kyland. Whitney had a conversation with someone, I want to say it was Kyland, but I could be wrong, where I wish I'd wrote down who she had the conversation with. I just wrote down what she said, not who she spoke to about it. But she basically said that after Brent leaves this week, next week she would prefer Alyssa go. And then the following week she is kind of thinking about a Sarah Beth eviction. She says that because, sorry, my eye just got really itchy. She says that because she doesn't think that Sarah Beth is easily convinced. Those are her words. And she obviously doesn't like that. You know, in this game, you prefer people in there that you can kind of manipulate easily, and Sarah Beth isn't really one of those people. She's very close with Kyland, very close. They are very loyal to each other, and she's also very close with Tiffany and Claire and everybody on Tiffany's side of the house, and Whitney isn't really that close with them. She's close with Hannah and Xavier, but not really the majority of that side of the house. So I think that that's part of Whitney's fear. Kyland and Tiffany also had a conversation yesterday, and Kyland basically asked Tiffany okay, so for hypotheticals, if it was down to Azah and Claire, who are you going to evict? Because Tiffany is really close with Claire, and then Azza is in the cookout with Tiffany, Kyland, Derek F, Xavier, and I don't really like that Hannah has kind of been excluded because she's also in the cookout, but like in last night's episode she wasn't included. I forget who broke down who was in the cookout, but they didn't include Hannah, and that kind of is like annoying. But whatever. So Azza and Tiffany are also in the cookout together, and so it's kind of like, all right, Tiffany, who are you going to go far in this game with? You have two people that you are aligned with. Azza and Tiffany did recently have a bit of tension with each other, and I talked about that in my last video, so if you want to go check it out, it is there. But so she basically had a really hard time answering. I don't know if she actually like answered it. I don't think she did, because she was saying that, you know, it's really difficult for her to answer that. I think she's in a tough spot because she is really close with Claire, and they have a really good game relationship, and she can trust Claire in this game. I don't think she feels that same way with Azza, but she does feel a sense of loyalty to Azza because they are in the cookout together, and the cookout for them is so much bigger than this game, and I totally understand where they're coming from. So if I was Tiffany, I would have a hard time as well with this, you know, like game or, you know, the cookout. Like how do I go about this? And so I definitely felt for her in that moment, and I think Kylan did as well. They had a nice little moment. He told her, like, if she doesn't want to answer, she doesn't have to, or if she wants to answer, she can squeeze his hand so that the cameras don't see her. Yeah. So I actually thought that that was a really nice moment between her and Kylan, and I know that Kylan has been, oh my gosh, this video is already 8 minutes. Kylan and Tiffany have, well, Kylan has been a little suspicious of Tiffany because he recognizes that Tiffany is really smart. But yeah, so moments like that between those two really like means a lot to me, so whatever. And then Derek F, he continued all weekend to bitch and complain about it being like all guys going home. He is so nervous about that. He does not like it at all, and he doesn't shut up about it. It's like on par with Brittany bitching about being up on the block. Derek F is constantly bitching about the guys being targeted first. It's like, you really have nothing to worry about, Mr. Derek F. Like, I don't think anybody in the house sees you as a threat. You're not winning any competitions. He literally lays in or on his couch in the like far back boat room all day long. If he's not doing that, then he's cooking. Like, I don't think he's really on anybody's radar. But okay. Brent genuinely believes that he has his team's votes. He is not worried. And for some reason, he really thinks that Brittany is the target. I don't know why. His ego. I mean, and we saw that in last night's episode. Live feeders have already been known that Brent has an ego, and it was only confirmed in last night's episode for the casuals. And then Alyssa wants to take out Azza. She thinks that Azza plays emotional, and that really sucks for Azza, because I think that she has created this reputation in the house where she does play emotional, and people aren't really like understanding why she's there. She does hang out like Derek F. They both hang out in the boat room, the very far back room, all the time. Azza really only talks to Brittany and Derek F. like regularly. Everybody else she kind of doesn't really communicate with like that. And so it's going to be an easy excuse for people to put her up, that she plays emotionally and that she doesn't really talk game with anybody. So that's what Alyssa was talking about. And then Derek X and Tiffany had a conversation last night, and she said that they need to build a strong 5, and she suggested herself, Derek X, Kylan, Hannah, and Claire, and she did, yeah?
Be 5 this, please.
Okay. You guys, Amelia's over there. Yeah. She did say that Claire would be the first one to go out of that 5. And so out of that 5, the 4 would be herself, Tiffany, Derek X, Kyland, and Hannah. I could live with that. That doesn't bother me at all. That being the final 5, I think that sounds wonderful. And neither of them want to win HOH. Tiffany says that she is not ready to show her cards. And honestly, Tiffany is in a pretty good position in this house. So yeah, I know that Whitney and Hannah have been talked about as targets for next week. So I really hope that Hannah tries to win this HOH so that she could secure her safety. And her and Whitney are pretty close, so that would secure Whitney's safety, and both of them are on my draft team, so I need them both to at least stay until jury. However, I do want Hannah to stay until final 2 because I just love Hannah so much. Which reminds me, I've been seeing so many people on Facebook bitching about Hannah's comment last night in last night's episode. And I want to make it clear that listening is really important, or reading. Like, I don't know if maybe you watch it with like subtitles on or what. I know I do, because I like to read and listen, because I could do 2 things at once. But listening or reading, very important, okay? She didn't call Brent a cracker. So I don't need the Facebook casuals to be all over, all pissed off, saying that she's racist. She said that Brent thinks he's all that in a bag of potato chips, but he's barely a cracker. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up because clearly the Facebook BB casuals are up in arms, losing their mind over it, calling her racist, saying, oh, that's real classy. It's real classy that you don't listen, okay? Anyways, and I'm just really protective of Hannah, okay? I just really am. She's a Taurus and I love her so much. So I really need people to relax. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!